So yes, indeed, we talked about the illegal invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Yes, indeed, we spoke about the importance of having Ukraine at the table and also allies at the table, including, of course, Europe and Canada. Yes, we did talk about how we can make sure that ultimately Ukrainians that have been fighting for their freedom, but also for ours, are able to get just, comprehensive and long-lasting peace. And it was clear to all of us that we need to make sure that the peace that eventually can be in place is not a peace that is dividing us, but a peace that is able to unite us. And so in that sense, we'll continue to support Ukraine and we'll continue to put maximum pressure against Russia. And that was a clear commitment coming from the G7.
But did you have a collective agreement that that would be the case?
Yes, we did.
And so America agreed that. Rubio agreed that too.
Well, listen, I won't speak for Secretary of State Rubio. You can ask him questions directly. But there was a clear understanding that we need to make sure that Ukrainian voices are at the table, that Europe and Canada is at the table, because ultimately it is also about Ukraine's security, but it's also about the Euro-Atlantic security. Fours are able to get just.
Can you tell us, did you discuss today readmitting Russia to the G7, as Donald Trump said he wanted to do? Thank you very much.
No, we didn't. And I'm telling the position of Canada, no way this will happen. A clear commitment coming from the G7.
Yes, but did you discussed
at the table, because ultimately it is also about you. They underscored their commitment to work together to help to achieve a durable peace and a strong and prosperous Ukraine, and reaffirm the need to develop robust security guarantees to ensure the war will not begin again. So the question of security guarantees is written and is all agreed upon. First. Second, being a Pacific nation, Canada, and understanding the reality of Japan, what is clearly stated from all the G7 foreign ministers is that there's a connection between the Euro-Atlantic security and the Indo-Pacific one. I don't know if you've seen their joint statement. The joint statement was published, and so we were able to agree. What I can tell you is, of course, we all understand that we need to do more when it comes to defense spending and defense engagement. I'll talk for Canada. We definitely know. And that's why we came up with a new defense policy. That's why we're speeding up our investments. That's why also we've talked to the Americans about the fact that we need to make sure that their supply chains, even in the defense industries, are able to provide the equipment we've been ordering and that we'll continue to order from them. By imposing further cost on Russia, I'm just reading out this statement per se. And the fact that fundamentally right now, China and Russia are working together, and there is now military cooperation and exercises happening in the Arctic, and we need to do more. And so this is a conversation I've had personally with Marco Rubio on this issue. This is a conversation I've had with your foreign minister, who's a good friend, Lars, and I know that Prime Minister Trudeau has had with Mette Frederiksen as well. To know each other, work together, and also have Andres Villa from Ukraine. And we want to have an Arctic security dialogue together. And we want to make sure that we invest even more in the protection of the Arctic. We're buying 8 new submarines. We're buying patrol ships. We're buying also new drones. We're buying and building new icebreakers. And we're also part of the Ice Pact along with Finland and the US. So you're seeing that for us, it's also something that we'll continue to do. And we believe that NATO has to play a bigger role also in the protection of the Arctic. You can always ask him.
I'm asking if you felt reassured about the American engagement?
Well, we believe that it is fundamental to use the sanctions as a way to put more pressure on Russia, and this is something that also is important to our American friends as well.